I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Edition, with savage send-ups of The Walking Dead, Star Trek Picard, Stranger Things, The Mandalorian, Guardians of the Galaxy, and more from the first 4 years of Flip City. Get Flip City the Parodies free when you subscribe in print at flipcitymag.com, the world's best satire magazine, and never, ever woke.
In the heart of a major city, in a place raised to honor Earth's past protectors, the world will again learn, sometimes, superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Galaxy Memorial Park, Volume 1, beginning crowdfunding Memorial Day 2025.
Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the Madness Entertainment Group's Saturday edition of the Madness Open Draw Stream. I'm your co-host, Levi. So what is the Open Draw Stream? Simple. It's a place for your art to be seen. So if you have the ability to show your art while working, you're more than welcome to join us. And here's my co-host, Mr. Pops Van Zant. Maybe. Looks like he's still a little bit busy. But you want to know what? I got people backstage already, and I have a brand new intro for this man.
Hey, Claudius. You killed my father. Big mistake.
Rob, what's up, man? You're muted, buddy.
What is going on? How's it going, Levi?
It's going pretty good, pretty good. Hey, we got another person backstage, and he's asked me to kill the intro, so I shall honor his request and bring him on stage, Mr. Doc Blaylock.
What's happening, y'all?
The doc
What's
is
going
in.
on?
Evening, chillins. How y'all?
We are good. We are good.
Oh, that was fun.
I like the intro.
Awesome. Thanks. I pulled that from my hip at 8:00 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and thankfully I had a couple of intros in the past, and I was like, let me see how I can remix this and still add some new things too. So, thank you for challenging me, Levi.
No problem. I am here for the motivation.
Heck yeah. So yeah, that's one of the things I actually do and have done in the past. I've made like video intros and stuff for people. Um, Fun fact, I used to be part of the E Federation back when Facebook was a little more tolerant to fun, and you know, we used to make our own promos, whether it was typed or posted, and then video promos back in like 2008, 2011.
Right.
And then I started getting into like Adobe Premiere, and I started editing videos and then shooting lightning from my hands and adding all kinds of crazy stuff.
Nice.
It was pretty fun.
Right. Swap you out. Put Rob in. There we go.
I'm playing catch up on the artwork. His work's been kicking my butt so much. I was like, let me get back to drawing something simplistic. So, already got the poster for one of my main characters named Novera, and now I'm working on Mr. Fairchild poster for him, and the third one will be for the detective, the Tinker detective.
Ooh, he's a tinker or a pinker?
Nah, he's a tinker.
Okay.
Most of his toys tend to not work as well. I'm often reminded of Andrew Dice Clay and Ford Fairlane.
Oh, I freaking love that movie.
Heck yeah. Remember how he had the gun out of the sleeve, but it always wouldn't work? Yep. So that's what I'm going for with that detective. Most of his gadgets will be like, all right, prepare to feel the pain. And then he has that awkward moment. Has to take cover and pulls out his 6-shooter.
Yeah, then it finally worked. Right. It worked at the right time. Yeah.
Against Freddy Krueger.
Yes. Oh my God.
I love that movie.
Man. I did love that movie. I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, but it was all like back then. You know, I haven't seen it in probably 30 years.
I think
and we got another person backstage, y'all.
All right.
And I got an intro for him.
Welcome back, Q. It's a pleasure to see you again, my old friend.
Stand up for your right. Yeah. We're the rebel, yeah. Don't give up the fight.
If you can't take a little bloody nose, maybe you ought to go back home and crawl under your bed.
What's up, y'all?
What's happening, brother?
Good.
Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Had a nice lunch with my mama. Afterwards, I went to the store to get some bit of art supplies, a new battery for lights. We're good.
Nice.
How's everybody
Where'd you and your
doing?
mom? Doing good. Where'd you and your mom go for lunch?
Some a general store, but there's a cafe above the general store.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
hmm It's still mostly homegrown. Home cooked meal. They have some fries, some burgers, some um, what's the thing called? Fish and chips type.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
God, excuse me.
Can't go
Sounds like
wrong
one of
with
those. Yeah, one of those places that like the owner probably got his mom up there working.
those.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you're like,
It's a
it's
little
either
bit
his
bigger.
mom or his, yeah, or his aunt or somebody doing the home cooking.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Mexican uh grocery store that's got a deli inside of it, and that's exactly what he does. Is he's got his mom's working. It's like his mom and his aunt, and it's all great stuff though.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be. You know, cook your food with love.
Yep.
They say.
They had
Some decent sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
they had this breakfast burrito when I was roofing, and we would stop in there, and because so they would do like the traditional yesterday's leftovers from the deli would go into the next morning's breakfast burritos,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just like you would do at home, like it's leftovers, and man, those breakfast burritos. Because they were trying to get rid of the stuff from yesterday, they would load those sons of bitches up, and my God, you did not want to you could like, okay, I'm gonna eat a part of this, and then I gotta go roof, and I gotta stay light on the roof,
Right.
you know.
Mhm.
And then you come down at lunchtime, like, okay, I might eat the rest of this.
Build the appetite.
Yeah.
Man, I love that.
De
Breakfast.
Leon's,
Mm-hmm.
Spokane, Washington.
Yeah, we had there was a place I introduced my sister to. Now hear me out before I say the first keyword, but it was
Mm-hmm.
a vegan soul food spot.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
What
the
the
food,
fuck?
I know, I know.
Get him,
They
Kim,
had
get him.
they had like lasagna, but the meat was like mushrooms or walnuts, but the tomatoes were
Mm.
so succulent. I mean, they were so rich when you had the lasagna. The vegan mac and cheese was crazy good. Um, but for some reason, I mean, it was in College Park. That was near like University of Maryland. It kept getting robbed,
Right.
and it got
Yeah,
to the
this
point
Maryland.
where it got robbed so much that they put a sign up saying, um, "There is no cash in the store. All transactions are digital."
Mhm.
And like somebody threw a chair through the window of the store.
God,
I was like, "Come on, man!" And I think they
can
pretty
we
much,
all agree we just hate shitty people?
yeah,
Yes.
you know, it's crazy. So I think they died off during COVID, but it was enough. It was enough to enjoy for the time being. You know.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys,
Yeah.
speaking of shitty people, have you guys been seeing the Tesla videos coming out?
Yep.
I've been hearing about it. Well, like
Huh.
people just setting them on fire.
Yeah.
Oh no, the ones where they're keying them as well, like out in
Hold
public. They're
up,
getting the
hold up, hold up,
sorry.
hold up, hold up, hold up. Those aren't shitty people. Those are stupid people. Tesla's got cameras all over them
Right.
motherfuckers, man. How dumb
Yeah.
you got to be to walk up to a Tesla and start drawing a key across it? How dumb do you got to be?
Right.
Well, dumb enough to go to Olive Garden in your pajama bottoms. The
It's
dude,
just
like, okay,
what's
Lilo,
up, old
what
man?
is it? Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
He had on Stitch pajamas.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Mm-mm-mm.
I need We need to show our outrage. I know. Let's go
Hold up,
key.
though.
Let's go key the electric cars that we were pushing last year. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
that'll be great.
Did we go
They
out
are crazy,
and start
man.
destroying Teslas because they were electric? No,
No.
we didn't give a fuck. Y'all drive what you want, but I'm telling you what, when you get stuck on the freeway in a blizzard in the goddamn Midwest with an electric car, you're gonna sure as hell be crawling up in a car with somebody who's got a gas engine.
Right. You're gonna need the help. You're gonna need a lift.
You ain't gonna be able to survive a 2 days like blizzard, like freeway, stack up type thing. You're not going to survive that in your electric car. You're going to be begging to get in somebody's car who can manage their fuel, and fucking it's going to last for a while. That electric's going to run out really quick.
Exactly.
You see the one where it was the lady, the guy pulled in front of her, slammed on his brakes just so he could get out of the car. Yeah, so that was in Seattle.
That was the same guy commanding last year that she buy that car. I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I was just saying. Let's go key the cars that we wanted everybody to buy.
Yeah. And then they act like, oh, you Republicans, now you're all running out to buy Teslas. No, we're not running out to buy Teslas. We're telling you to leave people's ride alone. You don't mess with the man's ride. I don't care what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's always been a
might
rule.
run out
That's
and
been
buy
a
one.
rule since I was a little kid. You don't mess with the man's ride.
I'm gonna run out and buy one because fuck them. That's why.
Dude, I have said the exact same thing. My wife wants a new car. I'm like, let's start looking at Teslas. I didn't want it.
The car is sweet looking. I don't care for the truck, but the car looks sweet.
Yeah, that car looks badass.
Yeah.
And it's
I
not
was
like
in that car.
It's not like it's not
Oh,
like
you've been it?
No, not runner. I was been picked up on my when I was in what's the thing? When I was in the art academy, and my head teacher was driving that Tesla, the big red Tesla. I go, what the hell? And she picked me up and drove me back after this some sort of art event. And when I was in that car, dashboard, oh my God, looks more Star Trek, all digital and stuff. You can see the GPS signal and stuff. I thought,
Full digital interface. Yep.
yeah, I thought this is Tony Stark's type car.
Right. It should include
Hard broad red.
It should include a complimentary Iron Man suit.
Yeah, or put a logo of Stark Industry.
Right. Yeah.
And when I told my classmates about this, she said, oh no, she got that from her husband. She got it from her husband. And I told her, she's a gold digger.
What's up, Red Bank?
Red Bank.
Low fat is Red Bank.
Ah.
Guy from Red Bank. Good to see you, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah, he says low fat water. Says, yeah, I remember burning stores that disagreed with my political views.
He must be from South Minneapolis. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I saw a video of some guys. I guess they're like a group, maybe even rabbis, that were burning. I don't know, maybe their own flag or something. It's so much going on. I'm like, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
The media is not your friend. I don't care where you stand on the political regional view of international laws in space. The media is not your friend.
No.
Specifically corporate media.
Anymore, because it's all fucking propaganda now.
Yeah. Like it's a shame that you can't take the news at face value. Now, like if I hear a headline, it's like, okay, let me find some time to do some research. Let me go to the source material. Who wrote it?
How many of you, I know Doc does, but how many of you can remember the days of Walter Cronkite? I'm Walter Cronkite, and that's the news.
I've always heard him.
It was just the news. It wasn't opinions. It wasn't what he thought about the news. It was just the fucking news.
Yeah, and now what we do is you go to Twitter and you find the memes, and that gives you your jumping off point to go find the news. Because the memes are more accurate than the news.
Right. More accurate than mainstream, that's for sure.
Yep.
Now I wonder who created the meme.
Always, you gotta always check your sources. But
well, it's got to be.
and it's a little bit of a joke, but think about it. The headline in a newspaper was always meant to grab your attention from a few feet away. That's exactly what memes do.
Yep.
So
there's certain
people. Version.
There are certain people who make the meme world go round. I meme, therefore I am is a great meme doctor on fucking X. There's a few people that make the meme world go round.
You guys aren't gonna believe this. Holy shit! You got me curious. That Google, I love being alive right now. Like you can Google some shit and it's like you can believe it 100%, or you can throw some salt on it or whatever. But who invented the meme? Can you guys guess?
Oh, it was I know it was a professor at some college.
Richard Dawkins.
Yep.
Richard Dawkins.
Yep.
Yeah, he created the term. British evolutionary biologist Richard Dawkins in 1976 book, The Selfish Gene.
Yep.
Wow.
And he was talking about how information was a living organism that could take on a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a meme is.
Oh shit! I forgot to send Max and Chris the link. Damn it!
I sent Max the link.
All right.
Even Kilroy, remember the old saying, Kilroy was here?
Sure.
It's also a meme. And then back in World War II, when the Red Army showed up and saw the sign say Kilroy was here, Stalin was so freaking pissed. He ordered his men to find out who the hell is Kilroy.
How's it going, Josh Perry? Hey, so speaking of Kilroy, I out in my garage, I will allow you to. It's your typical garage. It's like it's got a small, refrigerator out there. It might have beer in it. Might have other things out there. And if you're hanging out and stuff, I will let you draw on my fridge or a couple of different places inside my garage. I will let you autograph my garage. Like, hey, Doc has been here. And my dad went out there and he did a Killjoy. Kilroy, yeah. Because I had to ask him, like, what the hell is that? He's like, that's a Kilroy.
I want to see the Budweiser man and Crom shaking hands on your wall. Remember the Bud man?
Okay.
You remember the Bud man?
Yes, but it's not my responsibility to do that. It's yours because you're the visitor.
Draw. What are you talking about?
Well, then you can't be.
I commission people to do things for me.
Here's the other thing that I request as well, because there's lots of people that can't draw. The other thing that's out there is your favorite musical line. Like, give me a line out of a song that's one of your favorites. Or my sister-in-law who's coming over today, she did a line from it was the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
Am I crazy? Crazy am I? Or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's what she wrote on my
Farewell to Kings. When they turn the pages of history, when these days have passed long ago, will they read of us with sadness for the seeds that we let grow?
Nice.
Then I'll just tell you to pick out a spot, write it down. I got a jar of Sharpies out there just waiting for you.
That's what I'm talking about. Prepared.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's pretty
now,
cool.
I'm going to give bonus points to anybody who can name that song that quote came from.
Name which song?
The song I just made that quote.
Oh, phew.
I even said it. Nobody caught it.
Is it Led Zeppelin?
No.
I thought you were quoting C.S. Lewis from
It is the title track from one of Rush's many albums.
Oh, right.
It's the first line from the title track of one of Rush's many albums. I mean, that narrows it down to like 40 or something.
I was never a Rush fan, so I couldn't help you.
I have no idea. It is beyond me.
It's looking pretty good, Doc.
Oh, thank you.
Man, coming along very nice.
Thank you.
That's some hellified shoulder hair.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His beard, shoulder hair, forearm hair, and leg hair is Spanish Boss.
Oh, okay. Because he's kind of like a natural type of creature.
He's a swamp golem.
A swamp golem.
Uh-huh.
Imagine if this guy meets the Swamp Thing and Man Thing.
Yeah. What would they drink together?
Swamp water, of course.
Salt water.
Swamp water.
Oh, swamp water.
They creatures like that, they can't kill each other because they just reconstitute. So they would just, pretend they fight and then sit down and, chill out together, eat some mushrooms.
Play Born on the Bayou on repeat.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bloodline Josh Perry in the house. Hello, Bloodline Josh Perry.
Bloodline Josh Perry. The one and only.
He's pretty consistent.
Only one I know.
No, I know.
Shows up a lot.
Oh, okay. Always a good thing.
Oh, Pops is angry typing.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to be quiet, man.
Is that you trying to be quiet? Shit.
Angry typing has some kick to it, bro. Especially at the end of the sentence when you're smashing that freaking enter bar. Bam! That, you know what I mean? It's like I'm just trying to. Actually, it's for StreamYard. I'm asking for a master volume bar. So, like, as a producer, if you're sitting here, somebody sends you a link and wants you to play something, you can go check it out and listen to it and mute the studio while you check it out.
Yep.
Right? I don't want to have to. I can't mute all you guys so I can go listen to it first.
Yeah, you can mute the whole tab.
Right? So I'm asking for a master volume bar in StreamYard.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Low Fat Water says, I'm trying to draw Pigman using pen, paper, and Sharpie. I so need to draw physical instead of digital. Got to keep the skills sharp.
Physical.
Yes, indeed.
Rob, do you occasionally do something when you like you carry around a small sketch pad for when you're not at home doing digital?
I would love to, but I really don't have time to just do something like digital just to do it.
Right.
And this is nothing against anybody else. It's just that I know I'm behind on what it is I'm trying to achieve, and because of that, that's like the main thing I tend to look at. Now, that's the main thing I tend to focus on. Now, one of the things I do to try to balance that out, I have been drawing for 30 years. I started off as traditional. So I try to train my eye and look at as much good artwork from a lot of the classic artists as much as I can and burn that into my brain. So then when I do get to work, the designs, the shapes, the patterns, the things that are appealing to me in the art, they come out pretty solid.
Nice.
But I know that's not everybody's method.
With your line of work, I imagine it's pretty hard to get sidetracked with a little doodling here and there.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. And And then plus two, I work at night, so most of the
Oh,
areas that I go, there's no light unless I use my
right.
flashlight or something. And then if I
So,
use my oh,
Excuse me. Sorry.
go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna say, I befriended my bud tender, right? And because he's like, I'm an artist, and I'm like, hey, I'm an artist, and like, hey, let's hook up on Instagram and watch each other, and I go into to the weed shop, and I'm like,
Mhm.
where's so and so, and they're like, oh, dude, he quit. I'm like, what? He quit? And they're like, yeah, he moved to Sandpoint, and I'm like, what the hell did he move to? Like 45 minutes, up in the Idaho Panhandle, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, he became a private eye. I
Oh,
was like,
there you
Private
go.
what?
eye.
Right? He
Nice.
went from slinging weed to being a private eye. And so I'm still hooked
Mm,
up with him on Instagram, right? And
yeah.
the other day, he posts a video, and he's in his car and he's sketching in his sketchbook, and the camera pans up and it shows the street that he's on. So he's showing you the building that he's drawing. Then it pans
Mhm.
down and he's drawing in his sketchbook. And then all of a sudden he jumps out and runs out of his car. Right.
Yeah.
Right. As it turns out, he was on a stakeout.
Yep. Yep. As soon as you see your mark or your target, you gotta move.
You gotta move. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was going for a bail jumper, I guess.
Yeah,
Mhm.
something.
Hey, but check this out. What a great cover for sitting in your car in front of a building. Hey, I'm drawing this for a reference piece.
Yeah,
Right.
totally. Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
great cover. I'm just sitting here drawing this building, man. I'm drawing it for a reference piece. I'm an artist. You give
And
them your card, you show them your Instagram.
yes,
Yes. Now
totally.
you see. Now you see. That's that's where it's like circumstantially it works well because he's a private eye. He
this
has his
this
own
this is
business.
some, look,
Yeah.
He's his
this
own
is
boss.
what do you call it? Camouflage. This is role camouflage. And he can
Yeah.
Yeah.
use that anywhere for anything.
Oh, yeah.
Walk up on him. What are you doing here? I'm drawing this. Oh, all right.
Yep.
Well, you might have to move along. They're not going to hassle him. They're not going to. You know
No,
what I mean? It's like
Right.
role camouflage of perfection.
that's well,
Mhm.
JD did that in JD's novel, Left Hand Tree. He made me a character in that novel, and what I am is I am a street informant, and I'm an artist that just sits around drawing people. And because I'm so just like you're saying, like nobody like that dude's just drawing, and all of a
Yep.
sudden, like people talk around you, you get info or whatever, and yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, that's a beautiful cover for a PI. I'm sorry. That's fucking
Oh
perfect.
yeah. No doubt.
That gives
Yeah.
you a license to be anywhere, except
Is
like
when
in the cockpit of a top secret aircraft or something. They're not going to let you sit
Yep.
there and draw, but you know what I mean.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Put you just about anywhere, and nobody's going to bat an eye.
Yeah.
Like
like
Doc
that
with his
umbrella guy.
Doc doing his paintings, his paintings just out nowhere, anywhere, right? He could just be out anywhere with his easel doing some paintings. Oh, there goes my dude. Pack up.
Yeah,
Time to go.
normally out of courtesy, if I'm parked somewhere and it might be unnerving to someone, I'll go tap on the door and let them know
Right.
what I'm doing.
Right?
Mhm.
Again, great cover. That's what I
so-
mean.
So a couple of years ago, I did that, right? And I knock on this guy's door, and he must have been tweaking hard because he had why are you banging on my door? I said, well, one usually knocks on a door to speak to whoever lives there. But listen, I don't care what you are. He had a fucking meltdown.
Damn.
So I'm like, well, fuck him. And he had this magnificent tree with these twisted roots growing that I wanted to paint. The light was perfect. So I'm not on his
Mhm.
property. I always set up in the back of my own truck on the public road, and I'm painting. And he comes back out later on. He goes, I told you to go and get.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm on a public road scooter, and if you don't back off me, and you're going to have a problem. And this guy was all of about maybe 80 pounds soaking wet. So I guess he decided to get the fuck on.
Right.
Yeah,
All
those
right.
are wonderful opportunities.
So the post that I made for the StreamYard community official,
Mm-hmm.
they actually allowed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never had them allow a post I've made there before ever. They
Nice.
they kick every post I make. That one about the volume switch, they let that one go. Maybe somebody will pay attention to that one.
Nice.
I explained it out why. As a producer, somebody sends you a clip, you want to check it out. You can't mute the studio to listen to the clip.
Right.
If you mute your computer, you can't hear either one. You see what I'm saying? So I'm
That
like,
makes sense. Yes.
can you work with us? Can you give us a master volume switch up in here?
Yeah, that would be ideal.
It would. It'd be perfect. And I mean, I wouldn't be muting you guys. You continue on with your
Hey,
conversation.
Gray Wolf.
Right?
What's up, buddy?
I wouldn't be muting anybody. You guys, the show would go on. Everybody be able, and I'd be able to mute the show in the studio itself from my perspective as a producer, and be able to listen to this clip Carrie sent me to play. Right?
You do not, but do you know that you can mute the tab? So your window tab's up at the top. If you put your mouse over it, you'll see an option, or if you click on it, it'll give you the option to mute it.
It just says, all mine says is this tab is using your camera and microphone.
Yeah, mine as well. Because because usually when you do, because I got the two other tabs open with Pilled and Madness, and I do that, I mute the tabs, and it just shows up as a red dot up on this tab. It says mine says the same thing.
Yep, just says
mine will mute
so,
the whole tab.
On StreamYard right now?
Yep.
Well, you're not admin. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I've done it when I was admin.
Am I there?
On my own show.
I don't see anything that gives us that option, Doc.
Well, I don't know why. I just now noticed it like last week.
I mean, I'm using Chrome. I don't.
I don't know. Don't know. But yeah,
Rob,
having a mute button's a good thing.
What are you working on?
Oh, I'm still working on this guy. I'm just
gotcha.
building the Pandora gate behind it. Or I'm sorry, the paradox gate behind it. Because that's kind of like it's part of the story, and it's kind of like his family secret.
Gotcha.
From Mr. Fairchild, and it's a bit of a complex design, so I'm gonna have to draw in faces and onto the gateway and stuff, and get real crazy with it. But I think it's a good enough size for a poster once I put it on the metal print.
Since you work digitally, have you thought about maybe making a model of it? And my goodness, shock, horror, using a 3D digital asset?
Yeah, I thought about it. I have a subscription to ZBrush. Again,
I'll be right back.
My biggest enemy is time. The time to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the whole equation of time, attention, and money is a formula that I'm constantly trying to balance. Because I got stuff I'm trying to pay off, and also I don't mind paying out of pocket. Obviously, some books that I used to get, I definitely don't get anymore, so that goes towards my business.
Right.
So yeah, I pretty much have all the tools that I need. But with the paradox gate is that it shifts its form from time to time, depending on certain events. Because while people think it's just a gate with faces in it, kind of like in Hellraiser, it is sentient.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of like reaches out with its influence in the world that it's in, that it's awakened to, so to speak.
Cool.
So that's one thing I thought about, because I was like, I can do slight variations of it where it may never look the same every time, and somebody could chalk it up to, oh, that's inconsistent. Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah. Here's your Marvel no prize.
Right.
I'm in charge of the concept. Here's your Marvel No Prize.
Yeah. You know. My goal with a lot of this was to keep my story so complex, even if it got stolen by Disney or whoever, they would
Mm-hmm.
never get the master key to the grand idea that I'm putting together. So,
Gotcha.
but it's fun. I enjoy it. I've had to rethink a lot of things from hearing how to go about a story from great, live streams like this, draw streams where ideas and creativity is shared, and feedback from or opinions from readers and longtime comic book collectors and readers. Well, mainly the
Mm-hmm.
reader. If you're a collector and a reader, that's like a double whammy. You're the real
Right.
deal.
Actually, read the stuff you're collecting.
Right. And that's what lights me up too, because I got a bunch of books that I need to read, and it's just time, man. Time is uh time is my greatest enemy right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, the
Well,
Romans
you
said
gotta
time
gotta
conquers all.
yeah, yeah,
gotta pay the bills.
heck yeah. And I don't mind. It's a fun ride. I don't have to worry about submitting any you know, fan art to Disney or Marvel and have them saying, "Oh, you signed the paper, we can steal it later." That kind of crap.
Right.
I get it. It is opportunity to help your name grow and get behind a brand. To each their own for that. Make it work.
Right. Remember Adam Hughes? He had this
Hmm.
that Supergirl print where she's floating backwards on the cloud,
Yes.
and
Yep.
it was a cover, right? Well, it started off as an art print, and it was so fucking popular at the conventions and stuff. Like he sold out like every convention, and
Damn.
everybody wanted that fucking print, dude. That and
Hmm.
I want to say that he might have been under contract with DC as their cover artist or something at that time. And
Hmm.
they did exactly that to him. They basically strong armed him. From
Yeah.
what I remember of the rumor, it was he did not want to give that print up as a cover. But
Yeah.
they were kind of like, no, we're gonna since you're under exclusive or something something, we're gonna have that as cover such and such.
Hmm.
So kiss that print goodbye, you.
Damn. Yeah. That's the tough part for artists. Pieces like that where is precious to you. It's almost like
Hmm.
your child to a degree. You don't want to give it up.
Yeah.
Mhm. Got that right. Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I I had an art print like that that sold like fucking hotcakes over in
Yeah.
Seattle. But
Wow.
it was a Seahawk transformer, and what it was is they had those name generators over on Facebook, and it's like type in your name and figure out your transformer name, right? So
Oh, okay.
I type in Levi Scheme, and it says your transformer name is Cyberwave, right? And I'm like, okay,
Cyberwave.
and yeah, it's kind of like really fucking super generic, right?
Yeah.
And my friend Ben at the time, he says, "That sounds pretty cool. We should draw that." And he was totally big into Transformers and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, if I was a Transformer, what kind of Transformer would I be?" And I'm like, "Well, my two favorites are Optimus Prime and Jetfire. So I'm definitely an Autobot, and I kind of want to be a jet. And since I'm a huge Seahawk fan, I imagine my color scheme would have something
Oh,
to do with like wearing blue and green because I'm constantly, anybody that knows me knows I've always worn a Seahawk hat since high school.
nice.
And so he comes back with his pencil drawing, and he did a Boeing, basically Alaska Airlines, which sponsors the Seahawks. and since Boeing is right there in Seattle as well,
Mm-hmm.
um, I had people who would show up at my table that were comic book fans and not Seahawk fans, but they worked at Boeing. And one
Ah,
year, that dude, he showed up at my table. He says, "This is one of the main reasons I'm here." And he says, "You wouldn't believe how many lockers this print is inside of at Boeing." He says, "I had to get
really?
mine." Yeah. I was like, "Serious?" He's like,
Dang.
"Yeah." Yeah. He says, "You go into the changing area," and he's like, "You open a locker, and a shit ton of people have this print."
Wow.
And all it was like a 3/4 shot of the robot, and then like the Boeing airplane coming down with the Seahawk logos on it and shit like that. And
Mm-hmm.
but it was always one of those things like, okay, so we had a lawyer stop by the table one time, and he said to us, he says, "Here's how you're legally getting out of this." Right? He says,
Oh my gosh.
don't ever put the logo on your prints. He says, "I don't care how much you want to put the Incredible Hulk smashing the Incredible Hulk logo." He says, "The minute you put that logo on that art print," he says, "you're telling the customer that this is an official product of Marvel."
Right.
And he says, "And that's when you start messing up."
Yep.
And so that Seahawk art print had the Seahawk logos on it, and it had the
Oh shit.
Transformer logos on it. Yeah,
Dang.
but dude,
Hasbro.
yeah. And so I was like,
Take the
okay.
money and run.
He said the only plus side to that is he says Hasbro and the Seahawks would have to join together in their lawsuit against you.
Right.
So I was like,
Right. Because
okay,
it's
so
both parties. Yeah.
yep. So I'm
And
like, all right,
that's when you resist them for just a little while, and
and that's when
Mm-hmm.
you call the local news station to come do a story about it,
Yeah.
and then you make bank.
and that's well the minute he told me that, I quit ordering it in sets of 25. I went and ordered 100 the next time. I was like, all
Nice.
right, screw
Yep.
it, I'm going out with a bang.
Right. Could be the last one.
Yeah, but I'd order 25 for every convention, and shit, there was one year where it's Sunday night, and my wife and kids are kicking me away from the table. They're like, go do something. And there was one Seahawk Transformer print left, and he's like, and
Mm.
my son was watching the table, and I go, Wyatt, sell it for whatever you want. Just tell him that if it doesn't sell, it's going on your wall when you get home. And he did it. He sold that print for $30. I couldn't believe
Nice.
it. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah,
Yep.
keep the money, kid. You earned it.
Right. Man, that's crazy.
I hated selling prints for anything more than $5. I mean, Jesus,
Really?
you pay $1 for them. At any good
Yeah.
print shop, card stock, 11 by 17, full gloss was around a
Yeah.
dollar.
Yeah,
So
but for the artist, once you put it on that print, that the fact that it's your artwork, that's what I think makes it worth more. You know what I
right.
mean? And then obviously you set the price, you know.
Well, honestly, I didn't.
Bless
I
you.
always had table mates. So it was always a consensus of like, okay, what are we charging? Right?
Oh,
Like
really?
yeah, what's your buddy next to you? I mean, he was my best friend, or one of them. And it's kind of like, okay, what are you looking to get back out? And he was the first one to raise his prices to 10. And then that last year, very last time I did a convention, freaking, we were charging $15 a print. And
Wow. Yeah.
I was,
Damn.
it's,
See, the few conventions I was at, I would start off my prints at like 25, and then by
hmm
Sunday I would do like a sale and have them
yeah,
for 5 and 10.
right.
You know, but it's been a while. I'm sure that's changed. That was pre-COVID, so. Hmm. But that's one of the reasons why I'm pushing for metal prints so much because they cost a little bit more to make, and
hmm
with ArtStation, yeah, I get a discount on them, but it's on a real. It looks really good. That's why I try to do like full color finishes on the prints. You know, like something epic. Some of the ones I showed you guys.
Right.
And that's kind of where I try to go with it. Offer something different. I got access to Printful. I could do coasters, T-shirts, and all that stuff, but I kind of gave it a break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if I was to do,
I was going to say we came up with a new idea for a new shirt during what show was it? Oh man, we were talking about Killer Karen. Was it yesterday during What's Your Issue? We were talking about Killer Karen and talking about respecting my authority.
Oh, right.
Respecting my authority. So we're gonna make a Karen shirt that says respect my authority.
You said it says respect my authority.
No, not authority. It's not the Cartman. It's Karen.
Oh, okay.
Karen saying respect my authority, and she's going to give us an image, an actual photo image of her in character with the wig on and everything, with the perfect facial expression for that saying. You see what I'm saying? And then we'll put it on a shirt for her. We also may have real soon. We got
a guest.
I invited Chris up because I want him to take a little shot. He's got some things to show us, guys, some new stuff. So everybody say hi to Mr. Chris. Say hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
What's up?
What's up?
I was going to say, right at the end of the show yesterday, he got something in the mail that we didn't get to show during the show. So I said, we'll just come out and DrawStream show that.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
I think I got us copyrighted like every time I played that.
Yeah.
But it was cool. So this, a lot of my big issue, and a lot of people that produce in the United States, the big issue is overseas shipping, right?
Right.
It costs you 2 left nuts and part of your ass crack.
Yeah.
But Amazon, of course, Amazon will print it for you, then ship it overseas from within that country. So that's what I did. This is going to be up on Amazon now. This one and the 2 storybooks that we have. This is just my sample. You see, it says not for resale, but just to test out, check, see how good their quality is. I'm going to go back to glossy because I don't like the matte finish.
Right.
I think glossy makes it a little better. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. It should be up by Friday.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to let you know if you're into the RPG stuff.
Yeah.
That, and I just wanted to hang out. I just got back from Harrisburg, and geez, that place is a wreck.
Now, what you still got active campaign as well for the game Escargot?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yes.
I get talking, and then I'll Escargot is still up there. I think we're just about halfway or a little over halfway funded on that sucker. I think we have
people, if you got kids and your kids love to play games, this is an easy game. The rules are very simple. They won't be over there arguing with each other, throwing the pieces around. It's a really simple game. The rules are very simple. So it's a great game for kids, but adults have fun too. We have fun playing it. Dustin had fun playing it. His kids have fun playing it. We've done this live. We like to come out and demo these games live and find out what people think of them. But and everybody who's played it or watched us play it has positive feedback. So help this one get funded, guys. You got kids, buy a game. Buy a freaking game. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Like I said, I would have been here about an hour or so ago, but there were so many people cutting people off. There were almost accidents every quarter mile. It was bad.
Goodness.
Damn.
What's going on today? Is there something going on in Harrisburg?
Everybody just getting home from March Madness.
There was an accident and road construction, and then so they had to close off 2 of the 3 lanes. So then, even though everybody saw it, naturally they wait until the last minute to try to pull over.
Well, of course.
Yeah. What is this one?
That's what Rob's working on.
Nice.
One of my characters, some crazy design, which I'll straighten out later. I'm just trying to get it out there.
It's still always amazing. I can't do anything that you guys can do like that. I can see the pictures in my head the way they're supposed to be, and when I put them down, it's like Michael J. Fox did it.
Oh, Marty!
So I give everybody here all the credit in the world for being able to do that, because God bless you, I can't do it.
Yeah, I hear you. I can't do that shit either. I am not that guy. I am not.
I will appreciate and pay for the good stuff. Yes, Pariah. Yes, the golem. I got to get you, son of a bitch. I got to get you a color one of that so I can put them on a card.
I didn't send you a color one?
No, you sent me the black and white. I have that. Yeah.
Oh, well, I will make sure you get the color version. It's the same one that's on the tapestry.
Okay.
So, like,
we're not going
going
live with the novel until May, so we got time for it. I just wanted to, while I saw it, I know how my squirrel brain works, so I better.
Squirrel.
I know.
I think that's all of us here anymore. I'll just like distraction. Oh,
I'm not drawing right now. You can take mine down. My hand is already throbbing. So
yeah.
So I'm gonna take the break.
Do that. Take that break.
How long's your recovery on that, Doc?
Say it again, please.
When is if you take a break right now, how long will it be before you start feeling better?
I could draw again in like 2 hours, but it'll flare right back up again after 3 or 4 hours. So I'm going to take, he said 5 to 6 weeks of rest. So I'm going to take a couple of months and just write. That I can do. Hell, I want to get the speech to text, but I can't afford it.
Isn't it built into Microsoft anymore?
I don't know. I don't have Microsoft. I got ODF.
Okay. Speech to text, Windows 11. Yeah, anytime. Place your cursor in a text box, hold Windows key and hit H, and you can start talking to type.
What?
Yeah.
There you go.
Let's try it.
Solutions.
I'm bringing up Word, which any text it says, any text box it says. But I'll put up a blank doc. Windows H. This is how we're going to be trying to type. And let's see if this works. So we hit the record. And it is listening. And let's see if it's typing. Yeah, sure enough it is.
Can you hear me? Computer. Chris's computer.
I'm sorry.
Say
I
hello.
stopped it. I'm sorry. I stopped it. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Nope, I'm not going to say. But yes. Yeah, sure enough, bud, that works. Windows H.
My brother does that all the time on his phone. He'd rather talk to his phone than type something into it. So every time he's over and he starts that stuff, I'm across the room just yelling stuff at his phone. And half the time his phone will listen to me over him. So you're just send him all kinds of places.
Present, share, Windows, this one. There you go. This is the one I have, Doc. Oh, he left.
Where'd he go?
He must have, because either way, yeah. I'll show it to him then.
Oh, well, we lost Doc.
Doc, come back.
Baby, come back. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, and don't forget, next week is the last Saturday of the month, guys.
Yep.
For those of you out there who want to participate in the Flip City draw, the last Saturday of every month, next Saturday, we will be drawing reflected images of celebrities the way you see them. pick one, rip one. Yeah.
So that's like if you saw Tom Cruise as a
No, so
an odd
mirror,
little troll.
mirror on the wall, a celebrity's true reflection. So you draw the reflection that the celebrity would see in the mirror.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you right now an example.
Yeah, Q, you got yours handy, right?
Yeah, I have it with me. Hold on a sec. Oh,
I
hang
got
on.
mine here too. I can pull out.
How do you do those backgrounds, man? Jesus, that has to take
Here's my
months.
Here's my golem from
Nice.
from Doc's. Yeah, I did one from Doc. Is Pariah for his golem.
Got it.
Right there. There you go. Here's mine. I did
Billy.
I did Bill Gates. Yeah.
The most
Brie
dangerous
Larson.
man.
Mm-hmm.
Brie Larson, that's a block of Brie cheese.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
With the logo Le Brie.
Le Brie.
She does have that
And
rind
we need
on
to
her.
get the Addie. Who's did Addie? She did what's her faces? The girl that pooped all over the bed.
Oh, Amber Heard.
Amber Heard.
Yes, Addie did Amber Heard as a chihuahua pooping on the bed.
Nice.
Ew. But accurate. Quite accurate.
It was not just a chihuahua. It was the Mars Attacks thing with her head on the little teeny dog.
I forgot about that. That's classic.
Yeah, it was hilarious, bro.
You know which actress kind of looked like Chihuahua?
So every time,
what's the name of it?
every time,
The chick who plays a role as the recent Snow White.
oh,
Ziegler.
God.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought she looked more like Sid the Sloth.
But she looks like a Chihuahua. Looks like a highly evolved Chihuahua.
If her eyes got any farther apart, she could see 360.
Holy dude. Yeah.
But like those Japanese Dabutsu statues that look outward.
Like a 16th century Japanese illustration of a samurai.
Yeah.
Their eyes also far apart.
Right.
Like a chameleon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their use of that was useful, whereas the Snow White actress, her use of it is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably involuntary.
So I can actively say I can't draw because I've been trying since I was younger, and I did the whole look at the comic and try to draw it that way. How long did it take you guys until you were comfortable with saying, "Yeah, this is where I'm at"?
I don't know, Rob.
I went through a few phases. I started off drawing the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse as a kid, because I was grew up in a Baptist church. It's kind of scribble scrabble, but one thing that I learned over time, especially recently, because I used to draw anime, but I spent about 2 years going back over the fundamentals. And I realized with the fundamentals, watching like David Finch videos that I pay for, courses that I pay for, is that once you get the hatching down, like the lines to indicate a level of value on a surface, and to make it look appealing, because I look at a lot of artwork of what I want to draw like. And once it looks okay in the ballpark, then I try to explore something else. So took me about 2 years of going from a lot of free time to train with it It's almost no free time, but right on it.
Nice.
Chris.
Yeah.
My internet died right when you were showing me that.
I have it up here on the in the backstage thing now, so I figured I could.
Yeah, but I don't have private chat. It's gone when you crash. It's gone.
Yeah. We'll wait for him to get back.
Now there are lots of
I got
extra tools now that help.
Yeah.
Compared to when I was younger. Nice. Pariah Golem.
Yep, that's the one I have, Doc. So that's...
Yeah, and there's a color version of it. It's it's the same one as the tapestry. I'll find it. But show me the text to speech thing again.
Okay. So let's do this. I'll bring up Word again. Again, it shouldn't matter.
Can you share the window?
I'll have to call him back. Somebody's trying to call me. Present, share screen, window, doc, there. Tell me you can see it?
Yep.
Okay, so I click in here and I'm ready to type. I can hold down Windows H. Okay. Windows H brings up this, and it is listening. So you see that this is now typing while I am talking.
Well, just screw me. I'm going to try that right now.
I'm hoping it picked you up through the thing, but no, it didn't. So it actually only pays attention to where you. And then when you're done, hit that microphone button. You can just keep talking normally, and then hit it again, and you can start typing. So there you go.
That's cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to say don't.
So this is a very cool thing.
But I thought it would help out, and if I can help somebody, I will.
It's doing it.
That would have been nice to have about 5,000 shows ago for descriptions. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It picked you up, Pops. It wrote that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got all the little ones, and I just wanted to get on and say hi. I appreciate you all doing what you're doing. And
go
Mr.
back,
Levi,
go.
Mr. Levi, it was your Ghost Rider that I asked
Yes.
for, right?
Yeah.
And I swear to God in heaven, if I could afford people that could draw like that, I'd pay it.
Right. Well, I just inked it. It was Tim Vigil that drew it.
Yeah, but again, with people like Ernie Chan going over all that work, that makes it. It adds a level of depth to it that pencils can lose.
Right.
So
I got you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I'm not part of the what was it in Chasing Amy? You a tracer?
Oh.
You going over the
yeah. I'm not a tracer. No, so
are you talking about me?
I got so one of my portfolio reviews was by Bob Schreck, and Bob Schreck did he was the editor responsible with bringing Frank Miller back to DC.
Nice.
If you go look up some of the high profile like Batman books, Bob Schreck was the editor. And he's the one that gave me the comment that I totally used, human photocopier, right? Because usually the response is like once you reach different levels of inking, you get the one where you're like, dude, you can't ink, and then you're like, okay, you can ink a little bit, and then you move into the okay, now you're a human photocopier bit, because once they label you as that, they tell you, I see none of you in here. Right. Add your own flavor to it. And the minute you start adding your own flavor to it, then you're a competent inker. So, but yeah, human photocopier. I got called that during a portfolio review. You're a human photocopier right now. So, but Bob Schreck was an awesome guy.
All right, Joe.
Nice.
God bless and have fun.
All right, Chris. See you, buddy.
All right.
See ya.
Good seeing you. Take care.
I love that dude. And that dude's got so much going on, man. That rule book for the RPG game, that is the game that we play on Thursday mornings live right here on the network. So you can watch us you can watch us playing it, see how much fun we're having. And that particular book that he was holding up, I proofread that. If you've never read or proofread a GM rule book for RPG game, you've never proofread. That is some serious work because you got to look at every one of the the placards and the stuff that they put on there, all the, other stuff that's not text, but has text on it.
Mhm.
You have to look at every single one of those cards, every single one of those lists for weapons and damage and all that. And you got to make sure all that stuff is the same as it is on the card. And yeah, there was a lot of work involved in that. It was different,
Yeah.
That was probably the most challenging proofread I've ever had. Now I'm proofreading Slaughterville 2, and it's such a good book. I have to go back and make sure I didn't miss any mistakes.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I've caught myself a couple times going, man, did I even scan for mistakes them last couple pages? Because the book is good, and you get caught reading it instead of proofreading it.
Right.
It's that good, man. I'm having a good time reading that one too. I told him, I said, I'm gonna have to go back and read this again. His wife Kat did the original proofread, did a great job. Only found a couple of minor things that have been, pointed out. So good stuff, man. About halfway through it. Yeah, we're gonna play that one too. We're gonna play that storyline. Can't wait.
I'm going to be shooting some reference from my picture and drawing my guy.
Yeah.
Probably sometime this week. I don't know.
Yeah, man. Everybody that can draw your characters, man. So that you got the avatar to put up there. That's the actual character. That we can draw reference from forever.
Yeah, that's true. I have a couple notebooks of like my artwork, especially with the characters I'm working on, that I can just go right back to. Because especially when it comes to gear, it's just like, all right, where did I put this button? What color is that button? What kind of boots has she got?
Right.
All that stuff.
Why is my ass so big?
I think my butt looks big.
All right, Levi. What kind of attire does Shane wear? Is he the old lumberjack type? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Plaid wearing dude.
Flannels. Flannel.
Yes, plaid is flannel, bro.
Flannel
You guys
City.
just came up with it. We're like, oh, but this is what the material is. Yeah, but it's plaid.
Right. No, he'll have. I'm thinking about even going and trying to find my my family's, but I'm like, that's kind of a little too deep, I suppose.
I was figuring you were going to go
Scottish
flannel, but can you get one of those vests that has the hide on the outside and the white fleece shit on the inside?
Right.
A sheepskin vest, bro. You gotta have one of those.
Right.
Nice.
I was gonna say the Scottish kilt. It's got every family has their own plaid design.
Right.
So I was thinking about finding my family's plaid design and using that, but it's I don't know. It's a lot of fucking work. I could just fake it. Way easier.
You can fake it until somebody from your family goes, "That's not our plaid."
Right. Yeah.
Imagine if some guy from Scottish clans to send you an invitation, say, "Congratulations, you're invited to go to school." And then once you flip it,
or they'll think you're in a different family because of what you do draw.
Right.
And once you show up, they'll ask you all the different types of clans.
Yeah, you'd be the long.
You know what, Q? That almost sounds like there was a John Goodman movie where the John Goodman ended up being the heir to the English throne. Isn't that what it was?
Oh yeah, it was a comedy.
Yeah. Where like they all got electrocuted during the family. King Ralph, yes. Oh my goodness.
I remember
I've seen
seeing
that.
the cover of that when I worked at Blockbuster.
Mm.
Some of it was funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It's one of those just like I can't believe I've seen that in the theaters.
Nice.
I paid money for this. Must hide head in
Yeah,
shame.
yeah.
Did it come out in the 80s or 90s?
Don't
Late
remember.
80s, 90s. It was during his still doing the Roseanne show.
Roseanne, yeah.
Yeah.
80s.
You know, that's
Yeah,
the
I
What a
thing
good
think
with
movie.
like movies like that. You could take more risks watching a movie like that and being surprised than disappointed
Hmm.
yeah.
compared to movies today.
So
Mhm.
there was the minute we figured out the matinee schedule and that the fact that so here in town we're basically the last bus clear out in the valley, but it was
Mhm.
still right in front of the freaking school. So you could like skip school, go jump on the bus, the STA. It would take you directly to the mall from that spot, and you could do the matinee, hang out at the mall, and then still make it back in time to like get out of school.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's what we occasionally did.
Skipping school.
Yeah,
Hey, I remember I skipped school for Fifth Element opening day, Friday.
nice.
I was like, oh, let me take a shot. Let me
I
see what it's
skipped.
about.
I skipped my entire senior year.
Dang.
I
I got
shit you not.
okay. The first time I got busted, it was by my babysitter. So what it was is it was kindergarten where you're there for half a day, right? You're
Hmm.
either a morning
Mhm.
class or you're the afternoon class. All right. And in my
Mhm.
kindergarten, it was two classrooms. And in one classroom, you had the sit down desk area. And then in the other classroom, you had, the workstations where, it's like, okay, you're going to play with the blocks today, or today you're going to play with this today, or today you're going to play house, right? Like here's, all this stuff. And they would make you do a different location every day. And the very first time I skipped school was because that teacher tried to make me go play house. And that girl says, "You're the dad. We're married." And I went, "Screw
Oh God.
this." And I, I walked, I walked back into the other classroom and nobody followed me. Well, the classroom for the kindergarten was right next to the exit. So like big long hallway. It was the
Hmm.
last fucking classroom in the school. Right.
Nice.
So I literally
Mhm.
had 10 feet to make it to a door. So I said, screw it, I'm going home. And I started walking home as a kindergartner. And I
Hmm.
get halfway there. I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta go to my babysitter's, right? Because my mom picks me up from my babysitter's. So I go to my babysitter's house, and she was like, in the same direction, but like you went to a T in the road, and you either turn left to go home or you turn right to go to the babysitter, right? And it's either like a half mile either way. So I went to the babysitter and I got a knock on the front door, and I'm like, knock, knock, knock. And she answers, there's like, Levi, what are you doing here? And she's like, you have afternoon kindergarten. What are you doing here so early? And I said, no, 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 no. They switched me to morning. And she goes, well, where was the bus? And I go, I don't
Oh.
know. And so she just brings me in, right? And then my mom picks me up that night, and she busts my ass. Fucking, she goes, "Okay, Levi. So Levi, which bus are you going to be getting off to today? Because today you showed up at such and such time."
Oh
And my
yeah.
mom was, "Oh man."
Yep. That's how
So
it goes.
yeah, I got in trouble, and I'm like, all right. So then, like less than a month later, same scenario. I'm like, screw this. I'm going home. I walk out of the school again, and when I get to
Hmm.
that T in the road, instead of going to the babysitter who narked me off last time, screw you, bitch. I'm gonna go home, right? So
Hmm.
I go home, and I interrupt my parents for some effing
Whoops.
reason. They
Uh
had the
oh.
day off. And
Oh my.
Whoops.
you should have seen
One
the
of
look on
those
my dad's
parents.
face. Yeah, like son of a, like, oh my God, he could have killed me. Yeah, I think back
Homer
on that,
Simpson's reaction, why thou little?
Why you little?
So I could skip at will that senior year. We didn't have a phone, and that was the only way they could call to verify.
Right.
And my parents both worked until late, so wasn't nobody going to call. I intercepted every letter that came in the mail.
Dang.
And I finally got caught toward the end of the school year because I skipped with my buddy and a couple of girls. Well, apparently these girls' parents cared about them.
Oh, snap.
So they put out the big old APB on us, and we rolled up back at the school to, jump back on the buses and cars to go home after our Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And another car rolled up beside us and said, "Hey, man, the cops are looking for y'all." Oh, hell.
Dang.
Wrong thing to say to us. We hauled ass. We stayed gone till 10 o'clock at night with Popo looking everywhere for us. And it was a big old goat rope. Finally, I said, all right, look, here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna go to my work, turn myself in, and I told my buddy, and you take the girls home. And that way, while they're dealing with me, So I did.
That was kind.
And,
yeah, I took one for the team.
Yeah, and the cops kept saying, "Well, where is so and so, so and so?" And dude, man, I was locked on. I was like, "I don't know who you're talking about." I was just off by myself. And when they finally went after my buddy, they rolled up on his house, and he had snuck through his bedroom window, and he's laying in the bed like he's been there all day. So we got away with it as far as the school and the law was concerned. But man, I'm here to tell you, man, my daddy turned my ass inside out with that whooping.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I couldn't escape any trouble neither. If I did something wrong, my elementary teacher yardstick, Miss Adams. I'll never forget. Go to the
Wear that
babysitter.
ass out.
Yep. Go to the babysitter. Spank you.
Yeah.
Get home early. My sister might be there. Spank you. Mom get there. Spank you. Then Dad gets there. We go into the basement.
Yep. Yep.
Dungeon.
Yep.
So it was
where Carol's supposed to stay there.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bail. Since I'm not drawing, I'm gonna go and cook myself something to eat. So,
Later, Doc.
Thanks for
Later,
having me
Doc.
out.
Thanks for stopping in,
good
man.
to see you.
Yep. Good to see
Take care.
everybody. Peace.
Later, brother.
All right. Yeah, those days are a trip.
I skipped school.
What a wonderful world it would be if we had them again, huh? Well, this generation had it.
Yeah. I skipped during my high school year. During my high school. That was during some sort of a debate of a psychology class in I think it's my 11th grade. And that is the debate about an abortion.
Oh.
But here's the kicker. That happens on Friday. So I thought, since after weekend there'll be October break, like some sort of I think it's an autumn break or fall break. So instead of saying screw that, I took a flight from my home island of Curacao and spent a whole week in St. Martin.
What? Dang. You left the country.
Yeah, I just simply took a plane from. It's already booked. It's already packed. So I simply took a trip from my home island, Curacao, all the way to St. Martin that day, and that took about an hour or two by flight. And hang out with my cousin there.
Well, you have family.
Yeah, we spent an awesome time hanging out in St. Martin over there. And by the time the break was over, I had to fly back my Sunday. And my Monday, I thought, finally back to school. Then when I entered the class, and in psychology class, one of them is a girl from my class, looked at me and said, "Where have you been?" I went, "Oh shit!"
Oh Lord. She
And
wanted
I
to
told
continue
her,
the conversation, huh?
"Yeah." I said, "Where have you been?" And I said, "I was sick."
I was in the back class. You just didn't see me.
Right.
Uh,
I was there the whole time.
yeah, it was a nice skip class. I took an
Nice.
extra day instead of waiting till the last minute of hour of school saying, "Okay, school's out, time for vacation." Nope. I simply skipped that class on Friday and took a trip, took a flight.
You were like, so long. See
So
ya.
long.
That's the way to do it,
Yeah,
though.
it was the
That
best
seemed
school
pretty fun.
skipping ever.
Yeah.
Just a day before the break or before the vacation.
Get that extra day in.
Yeah.
There
We
you
had
go.
Uh-oh.
a pep assembly on a Friday right before spring break in junior high. It was ninth grade, and what it was is they had a talent contest, right? And
Mm.
right at I don't know, like a half hour into it, whatever it was, this band comes on there, and they're an air band, right? So they're pretending to play and shit. And I forget what song it was, but they're just air jamming out, right? And fucking all of a sudden you hear a tink 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 tink, and like somebody dropped something underneath the fucking bleachers, and all of a
Uh-oh.
sudden this fucking smoke starts coming up from underneath the
Oh,
bleachers and
snap.
shit, and
Shit.
you're like, oh, cool, man, they brought a smoke show to go with their air band, right? and then and then the tear gas hits you,
What?
right?
Ooh.
You're like, what the? And all of a sudden, you just seen the entire school, and these are those bleachers that pull out from the wall, right? They're motorized, so they come down, dun, 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 right? So they're full of all the students, and there's 3 exits, and you immediately see everybody just running for the exits. The poor kids. We had 2 kids in wheelchairs. Both of those kids ended up in the ambulance because they could not escape the tear gas.
Right.
And
Oh.
so the shitty part is the kid that did it. He got kicked out of the school district, but they had to close the school for a week in order to fucking deep
To
clean it,
clean it. Yeah,
right?
decon.
Ooh.
And that son of a bitch, he did it the Friday before spring break. Like,
Oh,
we didn't get
Oh.
no extra time at all. Like,
damn.
once, like, schools, just spring break happened, we come back the next Monday and the school's already fucking clean. And you're like, son of a bitch. You couldn't have waited, like, done it on a different week. We could have had a week's vacation.
Yeah, extra.
Should have done that during
Yeah.
the day before the break ends.
Hmm.
Yeah, something. That's poor timing on the break.
He didn't properly
Mm.
strategize.
That kid ended
They
up,
should have coordinated.
he came back. They should have.
You know?
He ended up back in the school district 2 years later.
They were like, all
Yeah, he
right.
lasted about another week. He got into a fight. They booted him
And who
out
won the
again.
fight?
Oh, so he lost for sure. The guy he was fighting backed himself up into the lockers behind him, and
Oh,
um, and the kid fucking bull rushed him. So all he
yep.
had to do was capture his head in a headlock and then take his head into the fucking metal lockers right behind him. And he didn't even throw a punch. grabbed him in a headlock, fell backwards into the locker, which put the kid's head into the locker at full speed, and he just stood up and released him, and that kid just stood up all wobbly and shit, and then fell to the ground, knocked out.
Just outsmarted him.
Yeah,
You got knocked the fuck out.
you got knocked the fuck out.
Damn. I thought maybe he with the fight you were gonna say he went into a phantom motion and signaled to try to throw some tear gas, but he didn't have any.
Yeah.
You imagine? Because like that's crazy. Where
Yeah.
did he get the tear gas from?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah, but it was like I could still hear that thing going tink to tink 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 hitting the metal bars of the bleacher on its way down. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he was probably like 10 feet from me. So, and I was in the second row from the top, and he was in the top row. I don't want to say the kid's name. I went to school with him for years
Mm-hmm.
before that. He was one of the first kids that I knew of that every time lunch happened, he had to go down to the office and see the nurse to take his they called them hyper
Oh,
pills back then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Allergy, something. Yeah.
Well, he was super hyper. He had the ADHD or
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah. This was
Okay.
the '80s, so they didn't even call it that back then. They called it hyper
Yeah.
pills for some reason. Because he'd ask him at lunchtime,
Hypertension.
like, "Yeah, it's like, where'd you go?" He's like, "I had to take my hyper pills."
It's the
That
best way for
explains.
hyper pills. Weed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Slow everything down.
Slow you back down.
Yeah. Then he would just enjoy life without the need for tear gas.
Yeah, yeah.
That's crazy, man. I
Where
still
the
can't
fuck
get
he
over
get
that.
it? Yeah,
Who was his dad? Tackleberry?
I
From
don't know.
Police. Like,
Yes,
wow.
totally, dude. Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh
That's the
no,
first thing
dude.
that comes.
Just flashing in my head right now is like, Levi, you've seen that in the theater too. fucking,
Yeah.
fucking
Oh man.
Tackleberry, dude. Oh my god.
Do it now, mister. pulls, pulls out the
Oh, those were
357.
such great movies. They were.
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. 1 through 6. I never saw Mission to Moscow, but City Under Siege, that's what it had, kind of like the anti-police academy crew, the heist
Mm-hmm.
crew. They had their juggernaut, they had their martial artists, they had their sharpshooter. Yeah, it was a trip.
In the God, what was it? Was it the Blue Oyster? Was that the name of the gay bar?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Oh my
Oh my
goodness.
god.
Yeah.
And when I went to training, yeah, there were a couple goofballs like that there.
Mm-hmm.
There were some characters.
And that was Gutenberg, right? Was he in all
Yeah,
6?
yep. Steve Gutenberg. Oh no, you know what? He wasn't in all 6. There was another guy that filled in for a couple of them. He wasn't. He was a little more serious. I forgot his name, but he was in a couple other comedies. But whatnot. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
can't think of his name.
Mm.
Because Gutenberg, he wasn't in 6, and there were, I think, maybe 2 others he wasn't in, or maybe one other one. Because during that time they had Short Circuit. Also, he was in that. He was in both of those,
Right.
I think.
And 3 Men and a Little Baby as well.
Oh yes, Tom Selleck classic. My mom, she liked An Innocent Man, where he got
Mm-hmm.
framed. He had to go to prison. Yeah, those were good movies, man. But yeah, what was it? Ford Fairlane. I think I still got that on DVD. You know, I have a ongoing conspiracy with that movie too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What? Let's hear it.
If you look at Andrew Dice Clay's hair in that movie, it's like a particular style. Originally, it was his. He came in to comedy with that hairstyle, and kind of
Yes.
like the rap and everything. Um, and he got in trouble with MTV, which he talked about it when he did that one musical number with I got 65 Cadillac, but I ain't got you. That one.
Yes.
And
Yes.
he said he could only do that number because he got in trouble with MTV, something about Puffin the Magic Dragon, and he
Mm.
basically got gagged from performing. So
Hmm.
after that movie, there was no sequel. Um, the girl, that was his assistant, Jazz.
Yeah.
She auditioned to play Courtney Cox's role in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Mm.
Now, what
Yeah.
Okay.
did they what did they call? She didn't get it. Courtney Cox got it. But what did they call Andrew Dice Clay? The rock and roll detective. Yeah.
Okay.
And then in what was it? Dumb and Dumber, the Andrew Dice Clay's assistant Jazz, she finally got a role because she applied for both Ace Ventura 1 and 2, and she never got it.
Hmm.
And then who was it? What black dude, what rapper was in both Ford Fairlane and Ace Ventura? Tone Loc.
Okay.
Mm.
So like basically they in a way they kind of replaced Andrew Dice Clay, which Ace Ventura kind of had a silly version of his hairdo. But
Totally.
they kind of replaced Andrew Dice Clay with, Jim Carrey. And he probably ain't know all that was going on. He's just like offered the role
Right.
and he ran with it. So
God, that
that's
makes
that's just
sense.
my
It does.
yeah.
Yeah.
What up, geek man?
Yeah, that's just my
What's up,
little
Dustin?
hmm. Hey, Geek Men Masters of the Thunder Nerds. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I always thought that was interesting. Because I'll pop
Hey,
that movie out in a heartbeat.
Dustin, if you're still here, hey, Pops, can we, Dustin, you got a minute to come in and talk to, like, do you know a lot about Instagram? Like, how do you stream on Instagram at all, Dustin?
Oh, I know how to do that.
You know how to do that?
Yeah, I do that anytime I do a show that's not on Friday, because that's like an
Hmm.
extra. So you have to stream from your desktop. You can't set it up ahead. You
Okay.
can only set it up right before you're ready to stream. So when you go to your desktop,
Cause, oh,
yeah, it's a pain. Um, I'm gonna go right to it right quick, just
'cause it
that way I'm
said
giving you
hit the
steps.
plus button, and when I hit the plus button, because
Yeah.
it made me feel like I couldn't do it on my desktop. It almost looked like it had to have the app to do it, but I was kind of like, I want to do it on my desktop. I don't
Yeah,
want to do it on the
so
phone.
you hit the plus button and you should
Hit the
have four options: post, live video, ad, and
mm,
AI. If you don't
mine.
have live, you might have to switch your personal account into like a public account in settings. I think that's
Okay,
what stopped me too.
because I only have once when I hit that button, it only gives me two options instead of the four. So, like
Yeah, I
you said,
think you got
the create button, the create
okay.
button, right?
Yeah, the create button
Yeah,
should
mine
have.
just says post and AI, and that's all it says.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's something in settings that you got to change because I remember once I changed mine, then that popped up.
Hmm.
Let me see. What
Okay.
is it? It's Oh, this is it
Okay, he says
professional? Oh, go
Dustin
ahead.
says he doesn't know how. No, just Dustin's in the comments saying nope,
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah, I ain't
Because he,
changed nothing in my settings because then when I try to do something else, I'll have to try to figure out how to change everything back or go back and forth.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you got to
Well, I was just
change your
thinking,
account to a professional account.
We have a
If,
professional.
if it's
no,
already
over
there,
on in Instagram, pops
yeah, on
on
Instagram.
Instagram. Because Dustin did something this week. He tagged me in a photo, and it's something that me and Jay haven't been able to figure out. So, Dustin, do you have yours set to professional then? Yeah, he says correct. You need to switch profiles if you want to do live.
Hmm.
Because I've been unable to. Because like we've done this whole last year of like, um, Jay will post something on the Galaxy Memorial. Yeah, he does. Yes. Okay. So then we need to switch over our accounts to the professional one. Then does that cost you money, or is it
No,
still free?
no, it's free. Yeah, I think you select what category of professional that you are. Like I put
Uh huh.
artist. Yeah, that's about it. They got a section for
Okay.
like business email and WhatsApp number, but you don't have to put that in. And I think
Right.
it takes
And then
like
we could.
24 hours, somewhere within like 12 or 24 hours or whatever, and then it should pop right up.
Okay.
No money.
No, yeah, I
I'm.
know. That's why I be on IG having a ball over there, putting crap in my stories.
I. I'm gonna look into that. So at least we can start streaming to Instagram.
Yeah.
My problem with Instagram was Wayfair.
Yeah.
They were bombarding you with
Yeah.
Wayfair.
No,
Well, you
dude,
know all
Wayfair was
those.
a fucking child trafficking network, dude.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. IG is a
protection.
mess.
That shit was all over Instagram. I canceled my account a long time ago.
Oh okay, yeah, yeah. IG is a mess, no doubt. It's an attachment to Facebook. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole
Yeah.
meta connection.
I was
I
getting
just.
flooded with that Wayfair shit, and
Mhm.
once you knew what it was like, okay, why are you sending this shit to me? Leave me the fuck alone. Couldn't get it to stop, so I quit with the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, Dustin. Yes, the furniture store.
yeah. See, I never got any Wayfair stuff on IG, but I got this dead YouTube account that even if I post something on it, they'll automatically take it down. But because I was yeah. But on there, yeah, I watched a couple of Wayfair videos of what was going on, like Pops was talking about, and next thing you know, they bombarded
Mm-hmm.
me for like 4 or 5 years of just Wayfair over and over and over. I was like, bro, this is abusive. Like, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to shop there. Just stop. You know.
Wayfair.
Yep, that's where I was at. But you ain't gonna leave me alone. I'm gonna have to quit using your fucking platform. So
Right.
God dang.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
was
just
I was watching a stream this week, and he was saying that he's like, yeah, I'm streaming to Instagram because he was giving shout outs. So it was like I had
hmm
no fucking clue you could even stream to Instagram.
yeah.
So it was just Instagram this week has done two different things with the thing that Dustin did with tagging me, and then going live. It's kind of like, okay, wait a minute, like
hmm
maybe I need to spend a little bit more time over here, kind of looking around, figuring shit
Yeah.
out, taking advantage of the fucking platform.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's another platform, and let me think. As far as bots, I can't really tell because like I tuned out like people that follow me
I
a
don't.
long time ago, unless like I've been in a live stream and talk with them like you guys. But yeah.
All the bots that follow me on there have all come in and liked the same effing piece of artwork.
hmm
It's almost like it's their calling card of like, like, hey, so and so liked this, and it just so happens to be Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so like I post like one sexy fucking female out of 30 things, and that's the one thing you always go in and like, oh, he's into sexy females. Like, I will like this and get
Or
him
any
to
robot.
friend me. Yeah, you're like, no.
I
I still function.
I
Hmm.
bombard IG with like clips, and you can also. It's a bit of a headache, but you can replay when you live stream on there. They won't let you upload a live stream, but you can replay it as a reel on there.
Oh, nice.
So it's
Okay.
got some perk, you know, extra set of eyes.
Right. I know the biggest downside is everybody says that they don't use it because you can't post links there. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, so it's like I never looked into it any further than that
yeah.
until this week.
So yeah, most of the action that I have on there is through the stories. So I'll do like little short
Hmm.
reels, um, or maybe like just a design and then add my favorite music to it. Try to make it a little epic and fun, and then add a link that way. Also, you can do the countdown to a live stream with the image as well. I'll put
The
that up.
final countdown.
Yep.
Ba-da-da-da.
Hmm.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Classic.
I remember the year that Instagram came out. I must have got hit up, fuck, at least 100 times at a 3-day convention of like, "Are you on Instagram yet? Are you on Instagram yet?" And it's like, no, no, no.
Oh man.
Ditto. Everybody asking me
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah. Shoot,
It's good.
I had Twitter for like years before I even knew how to use it or let alone got on there.
Hmm.
I wasn't saying jack on there.
In the early 2000s, the spot I was hanging out with on was Deviant Art
Mm-hmm.
because
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep. DeviantArt got they got a mass exodus once they got AI art on their platform.
yep, yeah. I haven't I shut my DA account down probably, I don't know, 2015, 2016, somewhere in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I closed mine about 2018. I was like, and that was another platform too. If you had like the premium, actually, I closed it down maybe 2020, maybe 2021. Because you could buy your prints at a discounted rate, and that's
Yeah.
how I would do it. I would buy prints from that and then take them to a convention and sell them
Mm-hmm.
that way. But then I
I
had
do.
to start resizing each product for the each product for the same image. I was like, forget this, man. That's too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they
Yeah.
just
I
got
haven't been over there in a
they got
while.
gone.
Last time I was over there, I was probably a couple years ago. They were doing the whole AI thing, where it seemed like every other person was like, "Say no to AI,"
Yeah.
in their posts.
Yeah. I was part of that movement for a minute, and I was like, all right, gotta learn, gotta
There's
keep growing. There's some
there's
things
one
AI just can't do. Sorry, go ahead.
there's one meme. They took the images from Futurama, and the guy does some sort of a slug, wears a top hat, and
Hmm.
introduces this Meta AI. It said, "Meet Meta AI. You can ask it everything." Then below that is Professor Farnsworth, and he replied, "Ask it the fuck off."
Yeah.
Oh man,
Ask
fun
it the
times.
fuck off. So Gary,
Carrie.
What up? What up?
She loves Harley Quinn.
Yeah, she
Carrie.
does.
Where you been? Where
I
you
drew her
been?
Harley Quinn.
Not supposed to alert. You're supposed to say hi as soon as you come in.
I drew Carrie a Harley Quinn.
After the introduction of the Suicide Squad, everybody wants to wear. Every guy, he or she wants to wants to dress up Harley Quinn or Comic Con or
Yes.
costume. Yep.
Yeah.
And not the
So,
original TV, no, but from the new 52 design.
right, yeah, the slick baseball jacket and
Dang.
That may be my computer.
the so it was the early 2000s, the first time I'd seen it. I'm not saying that this is when it started or whatever,
My computer.
but the very first time a dude walked past my table dressed up as Slave Leia.
Oh God.
Yeah, and he was a skinny guy. He fit it very well. He had a beard. He was pretty hairy. I mean,
That was
it
the
just seemed
beginning
like,
of the end.
yeah, you're like, okay, now that's funny right there, right? And it was Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then it was kind of like once that cork left the tub, I mean, the whole thing just got flooded. Like it was like, okay, next year it's 2, then it's 4, then it's 8, then it's 16, then it's like, holy shit, look at all these guys dressed up like women.
Yeah. It's a black dude with a wig looking like
Yeah.
Princess Toadstool. It's like, whoa.
Yes.
Yeah, it got a little too crazy with the cons for me. Just hard to call it. And if it's hard to call it, it's probably not worth calling it.
All things
Yeah.
serious.
you're like, you know what? Let me just hang it up. I'm out.
What's up, all things?
Hmm.
All things serious on the chat.
See what Dustin says here. Yeah, it seems like everybody wants to cosplay and jump on Harley Quinn's train. Now that she's all up on Poison Ivy's dick.
Oh God. Yeah.
Yeah. All things
Not as
serious.
serious.
Not as serious as me. So you would have been you're a hairy Princess Leia as well. That's nice.
Some really strange fruit.
There's Crom. I need to take it a leak.
Hang on, let me embiggen you.
Enhance.
There we go.
There he is. I did the green part.
Oh, hang on, I lost you.
There it is.
Oh, damn. That's a long
See the
stream.
butt crack? Because there's a pipe at the other side of the building. So I thought, why not put Crom right here? Unzip, button, pull down his pants, pull out his mini junk or big junk, I don't know, but make a long stream and ended up boom in that tunnel, in that funnel right here.
He gives new meaning to the phrase from downtown. Oh my gosh.
I got booted.
Huh?
I got booted. I had to re-upload. I was
Oh
missing.
my god.
What?
Missing in action.
MIA with paper planes. Whew.
Shadowhawks, what up?
How's it going, Shadow?
Shadow Hearts. Well,
How come you
this
got
is
booted, Levi?
I don't know. I was sitting here talking, and then my phone just rebooted.
damn.
Someone called you?
No, I don't know. I had plugged in. It was getting down to like
Shadow?
20%.
What's up, Matt? This is where we do it, bro. Right here.
Let's go, Matt.
LaRock. What up?
What up, Matt? Pops?
Have y'all noticed technology just not wanting to do what it is you're telling it to do?
All the time.
Yes.
Man, I feel like it's getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when somebody like me has to suggest features to StreamYard, you know they're slipping. You know they're slipping if they got to get their advice from somebody like me.
Well, at least you're giving them to them straight, Pops. Other folks might have been, just sugarcoating them.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's like a very obvious feature, right? It's an obvious feature that StreamYard should have had from the beginning.
Right.
I should be able to sit in the backstage as a producer and mute the whole show without muting all you guys from actually talking on the show. You know, I should be able to turn it off for a second to go check out something else without interrupting the show.
Yeah,
Or,
I agree.
you know what I mean? It's just stupid. It's like it should have its own volume switch for the whole studio. One switch. That doesn't mean it turns it down to the broadcast. That means it turns it down for me, the producer.
Yep.
You know,
Shadowhawk says, when y'all get a chance, check out my review of Doc Blaylock's A Damn Dirty Thing from earlier today. Thanks, everyone. Go check out Shadow's channel.
Will do.
I got 30 shows.
Do it.
I got 30 shows over here, all things serious. It's kind of hard to find another streaming service that can handle that. 30 weekly shows. That means I need studios for everything. Everybody's got to have their own setups. You got to be able to plug into the 8 different places we're broadcasting to, all that stuff, right? It's like it's a hard sell to find something that can do the same stuff. I don't like the way StreamYard acts and the way they did the fucking charging more money. Yeah, we got EV Mux too. We got 2 shows on EV Mux, and every time we have guests over there, they have problems. Every time with something. So we're looking at that, but that's not where we're going yet. You know. Christy Flip City on Creative Chaos and the 3 Beer Men. Both them shows run out of the EV Mux studio. And I mean, we're looking at our options, bro. You know what I mean? It's like we're always looking to do better and provide better. But you know, it's got to be able to handle 30 different shows weekly, and you know, all the different people, their hosts, their media assets, their overlays, their backgrounds, their music, their this, their that. Everybody's got their own stuff. You know, I haven't found one yet that can handle what I do. You know,
Q. Dustin says he loves the Crom pissing off. It's hilarious. He says,
"Thank you."
Heck yeah!
Appreciate
Crom strikes again.
What's he pissing on though?
At the other side of the building, there's a funnel right here. Some sort of a chimney or whatever. It's just simply, let me just drop his pants, pull out his junk, and take a long streak right there.
It's just target practice, yo.
Practice. Yeah. It's like nobody's watching.
It's what we do.
Way above.
We clown. We have a good time. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
I don't think Restream can handle what we do either. See, those are great for for an individual person doing 1 or 2 couple shows a week. That's, you know, I mean, if that's all we did, you know, I'd have StreamYard the free version if that was all we did.
Yeah.
You start, doing what we're doing, trying to build a whole network of shows, and you need something that can handle that. Next year, we'll probably be using EB Mux if we determine that it can handle what we're doing. If not, we're going to be stuck right here in StreamYard next year again. But see, people, be smart when it comes to StreamYard. Our StreamYard, we went looking for Black Friday deals.
Yeah.
And where some of you went and paid that $800 and whatever dollars for the next year, I found a Black Friday deal that got us in there for $500, I think, for the year. So we still didn't pay like what everybody else did. And I don't feel bad about using StreamYard. But am I going to be able to find that deal next year? Are they going to come off their high horse and realize that upping the price wasn't cool because they weren't making it better at the time?
Right.
Have any of you seen the new shorts that the StreamYard generator makes?
Mm-mm.
They're horrible. They don't show the whole screen.
Oh yeah. Oh, those are the ones
Only
that
a
you're
small
uploading,
piece.
right?
You can't even tell. Sometimes you can't even tell who's talking. It's like, it's just horrible. They screwed that up. They had a pretty good shorts generator. It showed the whole screen, so no matter who was talking or what art they were showing, it was good. Now they suck. And I posted that on that StreamYard chat room, and they said, we can't show that. I was like, come on,
It's
man.
being a dog.
The new short generator sucks. Fix it. Go back to the old one. Please go back to the old one. I think I got a munchkin at the door. I'll be right back.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I thought about that with Restream with you guys, but shoot, Restream gives me a hard time with
Really?
anytime like trying to replay a show. Man, they're trying to charge me an extra like $150 for an hour long show. Yeah. I already play it. I already have a premium with them, but they want to charge me in addition to the premium I already paid for the year. I was like, that's greedy.
It is great.
Wow.
So
A classic greed.
Well, hopefully they learn their lesson.
Mm-hmm. So it's a tough one. Man,
Yes, indeed.
I think I'm starting to hit my limit.
Yeah. We could we could start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Getting a pretty good routine down.
Why don't we?
At least we enjoy it.
Yeah. Had a great time.
Why don't we go ahead and I got you up right now, Rob. Whenever you're ready, man, just go ahead and back it out and do your thing.
All right. My name's Rob Wilson. I'm a comic book artist. I work predominantly digital, working on VKP as Virgin Kill Paradox, dystopian future comic with lots of action, focus around martial arts towards a larger universe. When the world is given the best future possible, what happens when paradise is not enough? You can check me out on all the platforms, especially YouTube, IG, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, all that good stuff. RW Arts or Rob Wilson Arts.
Very cool. I just want to address, thank you, Dustin. I appreciate that.
Nice.
And let's see here. So Saturday through Tuesdays, you can find me here hanging out with Pops on the Madness Entertainment Group. You can go to themeg.tv for all scheduling. The rest of the time, you could oh shoot, hang on. I goofed this all up. Let me remove him. There we go, kind of, sort of. How about this one? No? Come on, Levi, get your shit together. There we go. All right. So the rest of the time, you can find me on the Zitters at Levi Skeen, or you can go on to YouTube for Levi Skeen, 3 Stroke Studios for Pilled, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, and give my comic book a follow, GMP Comic on Zitter, or just go to galaxymemorialpark.com. And Pops, are you back yet? You still dealing with that youngin'? Let's see. Today after the show, we have who do we got tonight? We got the DrawStream with Stephen B. Bullcat
B from
Studios.
Bullcat.
And then let me do this since Pops isn't here. I don't have this thing memorized. I'm gonna go to themeg.tv and I'm going to look at the schedule.
What are you doing? What?
Oh, he's back.
What?
It's we're going around the room, Pops. You're up.
Okay, well, let's see. We got stuff everywhere, always. Just watch.
Stuff. That was easy. I can memorize that. Stephen B.
Let's see, what else do we got later tonight? Yeah, we got Stephen B. 8 o'clock. Random stuff from John's Long Box. His interview, I think it was yesterday or the day before with R.J. Williams. We're going to be replaying that tonight if you missed that. All right. So, tomorrow, the norm, we got another one of these. And then the show offs.
Yep.
Silver Line. And, it's all action around here, people. 3 Beer Men tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. It's all action. It's always action. Don't miss out on the action. Oh, and a network debut Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. The Social Hour with comedian Deece Casillas. You guys are not going to want to miss this. There you go. Okay. Have fun time with Dustin, too, watching that movie. Dude, Den of Thieves, that was fun. We're going to watch Den of Thieves 2 this week.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Movie night. Yeah, definitely.
Yep. All right, Q, do your thing, man.
Alrighty then. You could always find us here in the Madness Comic Network on all the platforms you can think of, including this one and Mac TV. Peace. So long, everybody.
Laters, everybody.
Take care.
Little president in his sandbox play, build a tower, make it stay. Digging deep through the golden sand, building the future with your hands. Tiny suits and shiny shoes, making plans and making news. Friends all gather to join along, in the sandbox they all belong. Little president from that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is the USA. USA. Share your dreams with everyone, sandbox fun under the sun. Big ideas taking flight, with Little Trump everything's bright. Dig a moat, build a wall, in the sandbox he stands so tall. Dreamer dream, builder build, Little Trump your heart's fulfilled. Little President Trump that play, every day a brand new day. Learning, growing your own way, in the great big sandbox that is